Hi YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. This is Anaya here, Temple Alchemy Tarot with another general collective message. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate your viewership and your choosing to spend some time with me today. So let's go ahead and tap into the general collective energy and cast some astrology dice. Now, keep in mind, if you would like a personalized reading, you can find my information in the description box below. Be sure to send me an email, a comment, or a DM to set up your personal reading. All right, so let's go ahead with this collective message for today. All right, we've got Uranus here in the sign of Cancer. And this is all happening in the 7th house. Okay. So there could be something disruptive, shocking, unforeseen that has been happening or is about to happen. This has a lot to do with your feelings. So there might be some disruptive or shocking emotions that you're going through when it comes to your relationships, your partnerships, even maybe your marriage. Okay, so take it as it resonates here. So let's go ahead and look at the Oracle deck. This was actually not the Oracle deck I was reaching for, but it is the one that is here. So let's find out. What is the message here for my viewers today? What do they need to know? Some shocking, disruptive, uncomfortable emotions coming up to the surface about relationships, partnerships. All right, let's dive in a little more here. And this is our card for the current situation at hand. So there is perhaps a need to release or let go of some disruptive or rocky emotions or feelings when it comes to a particular relationship. Okay, we've got Healer at the bottom of the deck here. This could also mean that it is time for you to release or let go of a relationship itself or some uncomfortable or disruptive emotions that you're having around a relationship. Okay, with this release reverse, something might be delayed. Maybe you were holding on to something. You know that it's time to let it go, this relationship, these feelings. Something needs to be released so that you can have an improved sense of safety, emotional satisfaction, comfort. All right. And what is the challenge? So we have time in reverse. Very interesting. Okay, so something needs to be released that has not been released, but the challenge is maybe it just feels consistently like it's not the right time. Okay, that's the challenge. There's a delay here. Okay, let's get some more information on why is this delay happening. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reach for another oracle deck here. I'm doing a Celtic cross, or at least a variation of it. All right, so what do you need to focus on at this time? All right, so here we have betrayal, deceit, backstab, traitor, not to be trusted. Okay, so that's what you need to be aware of at this time. I'm going to shift everything back a little bit here. So you might be aware of a betrayal, a deception, and it's just been hard for you to deal with it. It's been a shock, an emotional shock, a surprise. And this has to do with relations. Okay, wow, on the split, I have promiscuous. sleeps around, a hot free-for-all, sleeps with your man. Okay, so promiscuous can literally mean sexual promiscuity, and I guess in this case it does, because as I remove the card, sexual protection is at the bottom. Okay, and let's see what's this poking through here. Getting played. Okay, wow. So this is definitely a message about infidelity or some degree of deception. So whether you're in a romantic relationship, maybe you're dating someone casually and they're not being forthcoming or forthright with you about their intentions, or the fact that maybe they're seeing multiple people at the same time. This could also apply to friendships or business partnerships. Okay, so while we have a strong sexual energy coming up here, all right, setting the record straight, it's time for you to set the record straight here with this. Now, if it is platonic, it might be more about your creative energy as sexual energy and not necessarily sexual energy directly. Okay. So this is someone you could be having a sexual relationship with, or someone that you have a creative relationship with, or just someone that you're close to in your life. With this promiscuous, this can double as just someone who is curious, someone who is adventurous, someone who has a desire for exploration here. This promiscuous card really gives me a sense of Martian energy. So this is someone who has a lot of energy to spare. They are someone who likes to initiate, initiate things, or very projective, masculine, go-getter energy. Again, someone who desires adventure and experience and wants to reach for it, and who directs their sexual energy, but also just their muscular energy, physical energy, okay, to this level of exploration. So promiscuous isn't just sexual alone. All right, take it as it resonates. For some of you, it is a sexual context here. And for others, it's somebody who's betraying you because they are not being honest about what they're doing. Again, this could be business partnership or friendship. But the record needs to be set straight. So this is what is requiring your attention at this time. Yes, it's shocking to find out. Okay, you may have, whoever I'm reading for today, you may have just recently discovered this truth, and it is rocking you in an emotional way. All right, let's take a look at the recent past here with this energy. Either way, this is something you may have felt intuitively was going on, but you were in denial of it. It just wasn't the right time for you to face these feelings head on, this realization. But now is the time, okay? You may have been busy with work, with other commitments, with life, and or possibly you may just have been using other tasks as a form of distraction from these feelings that you've been having, that someone close to you is not being honest. Someone is betraying you, backstabbing you, is not someone who's trustworthy. But right now, the energy is set up such that you are being asked to face what you know intuitively head on. Whatever evidence that you've acquired, whatever gut feelings that have been coming forward that are telling you that this person's not trustworthy, that they're maybe seeing other people, whatever the case is, okay? It's time for you to confront and face those feelings because they are telling you something. They are revealing something, a truth to you that it is time now for you to face, all right? So let's get 2 cards here for what was going on in the recent past when it comes to this particular energy. 3 of Cups, Ace of Cups. So this was somebody in the recent past you really felt like you could trust them, okay? This is very like chummy chum, celebratory energy here, the 3 of Cups. This could be someone you truly felt was a close friend. This could be someone that you party with, you socialize with, you go out to the club with. someone that you meet up for coffee or drinks or board games or whatever this social activity is here. Okay, maybe you meet up with them to do country line dancing. I don't know. But the Three of Cups here is letting me know that there is a friendship group or some kind of community dynamic where you meet up with this person. And it was all love in the past. Ace of Cups, okay? You thought that they were someone you could trust. They were putting their best foot forward. They were showing you that they loved you and cared for you. This could also be your energy. This is, you showing love to this person. Feeling like you could trust them, like you can open up. Like this is somebody that you might have shared, your deepest thoughts and feelings with the Ace of Cups here. Somebody that maybe you talked about potentially starting a family. While the Three of Cups is not traditionally a card to represent family, it is the energy of Mercury and Cancer. And Cancer is all about, as we can see here in the dice, we've got Cancer again. Cancer is really all about your domestic sense of safety. So your domestic life, your sense of safety, your emotions, your habits, your instincts, okay, your moods, if I hadn't said that already. And with the Ace of Cups, it could be, you were trying to expand a family or grow a family with somebody. There's really strong fertility energy with the Ace of Cups here. Whether that was a desire to expand through having a physical child or expand through some sort of creative project that, you were collaborating on together. Okay, that's the recent past energy. Let's take a look at what your strengths are in the situation for who I'm reading for today. So what are your strengths in this situation? And then we'll take a look at what you can expect in the near future in regards to this. Okay, so your strength is the Four of Wands. You're somebody who gets things done. Of course, we've got the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck as I pull the Four of Wands here. So you yourself are a go-getter, okay? Very dynamic energy here in this partnership, all right? So maybe when the two of you come together, whether that's a romantic partner, a friend, business, partnership, whatever it is, it's like the two of you have a really lovely synergy with each other because this person is coming across with a lot of fiery energy. And likewise, you are also coming across here with a lot of fiery energy. So you may have been sharing a lot of ideas back and forth with each other, generating some sort of new creative project, whatever that may be. Your strength is that you're able to get things to their goal. You see things through to the end. Okay, so you're not the kind of person where you just come up with some kind of awesome idea and then you just let it fade away and drop under, the myriad list of responsibilities that you have in your life. No, you're the kind of person where you set your heart on something, you follow your passion with this fire energy, you go and get what it is that you feel drawn towards emotionally, okay? Because I get the sense of you being very emotionally driven here, or at least this relationship is very emotionally situated. And you take those feelings and you turn them into something practical, okay? So you're a go-getter and you see things through to their end, Four of Wands. You're somebody who loves to celebrate. You have a lot of successes in your life when you focus on achieving certain goals. Okay, so that could have been your strong suit when it comes to this particular relationship, friendship, or partnership, is that you're the one who gets things done, okay? And people recognize this. So let's take a look at the near future. Why this betrayal energy? Why this sense of distrust when things seem to be going so well, okay? So let's get two cards for the near future here. We have Knight of Wands, pretty consistent with this dynamic energy that's showing up in this reading. And we have Strength reverse. So in the near future, someone is going to try to carry forward this high synergy energy. But they don't have the capacity to do so on their own. So, okay, so that's what's going on here. In this partnership, you are the one that takes the seed, brings it to full fruition, whether that's a baby, a project idea, whatever it is. You're the one who gets things done. And that's the strong suit that you bring to this partnership. Now, this person, whoever it is that you're partnering with, is going to want to continue that high vibrational, fiery, inspired, passionate energy, that vitality that you bring, all right? The myriad of ideas and ways of thinking and being that you bring forward. This person's going to try to like almost mimic that. Okay, but what they're going to quickly realize is that they don't have the strength. Okay, the passion, that fiery energy, it lies with you. That's what you offer in the partnership. This person is going to try to mimic your energy and they're going to fail because they don't have the capacity, the resilience, the passion, the fortitude. Okay, this is someone who is in their ego and they think like they see you doing your thing, shining your light, doing what you do, only the way you can do it. And they're like, oh, that's easy. I can do that. Anybody can do that. But the truth of the matter is they cannot. They cannot mimic your energy. They cannot do or replicate you, okay? So let's get a couple cards for what's happening in the environment. Now, I just heard a light thud against the window, and I've got a lot of bird action out here by the bird feeder. And this rarely happens, but sometimes, just sometimes, a bird will fly into the window. Not a lethal hit against the window, but just a little tap where they're like, oh shoot, no, that there's a barrier there. That's not part of outside. I can't just fly over there. Okay. So there's a relevance for that here in this reading. Again, it makes me think of this person who is looking at you and what you do, and they think they can replicate it. They think they can do it. They think, oh yeah, I can go fly over there. And boom, they hit a glass window, a glass wall. There's something that prevents them from moving forward. Six of Wands reversed. Okay, I wasn't ready to split the deck, but something told me to split the deck. So here we go. We've got Six of Wands reversed. This is embarrassing to this person. Like they are going to have egg on their face. Like other people are going to witness them try to do what you do, and they're just going to hit a wall that they didn't see that was there, a barrier they hadn't perceived existed, much like the clear window that this bird did not realize was there. This person did not know that that barrier was going to be there, okay? But they're hitting it. They're realizing it's there. And look at that, death under the card. So while this was not a lethal blow for the cute little birdies outside, thankfully, because I love birds, this may very well be a lethal blow to this person who is betraying you, who is backstabbing you, who is taking your ideas, your creativity, and trying to duplicate it or mimic it, all right? This is not going to work. It's going to bring an end to this person. There's a lot of embarrassment here. Shame. Other people are going to watch and see how this person is failing at trying to duplicate you, trying to replace you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards here. Those two cards just kind of came out on the split. But I'm going to shuffle, and let's actually get two cards clearly here for What is in the environment when it comes to this situation? What is it that other people are witnessing, noticing, recognizing? What are other people seeing about this situation here between you and this person? Okay, Knight of Pentacles, followed by King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, absolutely. So this really goes hand in hand with the Six of Wands and the Death. The Six of Wands reverse and the Death upright that we just saw. So in the environment, what onlookers are observing about this situation is that people may also feel surprised by what's happening. So you're not the only one here going through like this shocking, disruptive, emotional experience at the realization of this betrayal. Other onlookers are also equally shocked by what's happening here. With the Knight of Pentacles, people thought the two of you made a great partnership. They thought that you were going to go the distance. Maybe you have been working or collaborating with this person or dating this person for a long time already, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to be. This could be a newer relationship, but just all the things seemed to gel, fall into place so perfectly that both you and other onlookers, other friends, family, etc., really thought that this was going to go the distance between the two of you. It was going to be a successful partnership, a successful relationship. You were going to generate some sort of legacy together, build something that was going to be solid and enduring, something that would be practical and benefit other people. But the reality is here with the King of Pentacles reverse, what others are seeing about the situation is that it's actually not panning out the way that they thought. That the abundance and the stability and the commitment that they thought existed in the relationship is no more. Because whoever this person is that has betrayed you, not only do they lack the shine and the resilience and the brilliance that you bring to the table in the partnership, but this is someone very much in their ego. This is somebody who is in it for the money with the King of Pentacles reversed. They don't care about security when it comes to sharing wealth or generating wealth in a way that's going to benefit multiple people. This person is just out to get what they want for themselves. They want to feel like king of the hill. They want to have the bigger house, the bigger car, the bigger bank account, the whatever the case may be here, okay? But it's all superficial. It's all very materialistic. So I'm going to reach for another oracle deck here. And I want to ask the question here, why did this happen? Why did this person decide to betray you and be promiscuous and talk behind your back or be sneaky and steal your ideas? So this promiscuous energy is making me think that while you thought this person was solid and was very direct with you and very open with you, and you thought that, you were both on the same page about this partnership and its next steps. What you didn't realize, part of the betrayal, is that this person had one foot in the door and one foot out the door the whole time. You were simply someone that they were coming to get ideas from, to steal or take energy from. Okay? It's like they just wanted to get close to you so they can figure out the secret recipe of your sauce. And then they were thinking that they could run off and go and open their own restaurant with that recipe. Okay? That's the metaphor I'm using. Again, take it as it resonates and as it fits for your situation, whoever this reading is for. But why did this person decide to do this? Well, we know they're egoic. We know they're materialistic. They're all about how things look to others, okay? So their reputation is very important to them, even if it's not based in reality, okay? So this is sort of giving a little bit of narcissistic traits here. somebody who is toxic, who behaves in a very unethical way, but they like to put on this front or a mask to others that they are upstanding, that they are moral, that they are principled, that they are trustworthy, and they are the complete opposite. So that's part of the shock. You got duped, my friends. Whoever this message is for, I'm so sorry to hear this. But sometimes this happens in life. It's part of life. You know, you're going to have haters. Sometimes those haters are not going to be that forthcoming about the fact that they don't like you. Some haters like to dress up in, you know, wolf in sheep's clothing and try to have you be really close to them. Instead of keeping distance from you, they want to be all up in your business, okay? Makes me think of that expression, they want to get all up in your Kool-Aid to know the flavor. But look at that, origin reverse. Something does not originate with this person. They're not the originator of the ideas, the creative genius behind this partnership. And that's why there's going to be a massive humiliation for this person. Their mask is going to slip. People are going to see the fact that they don't have it. You're the one that actually brings the glue, the gel, the substance, the content to the partnership. Okay? So maybe that's why they did this. Because they knew this person is very insecure, has low self-esteem in their ego. They sized you up and they knew that you're the one that had the thing that they wanted, the creativity, the initiation. And they know that they don't carry these attributes within themselves, or that they haven't taken the time to foster these attributes of creation within themselves. Because we're all creators, we're all magicians. It's just a matter of how activated these skills are within you, and also how much you hone them, how well you support them or foster or develop these skills. So why did this person deceive my collective? We have apology, guilt, and forgiveness, followed by sweetheart, pure, unconditional love, beloved. So this person is straight up playing in your face, okay? The reason why they were doing this, the reason why they decided to betray you, was because they thought that you were going to be naive. Apology and sweetheart. They figured that you're the kind of person, okay? I'm not saying you're naive at all. I'm not getting any actual naive energy about who I'm reading for here. In fact, I see you as someone with a really open heart and somebody who likes to celebrate, someone who likes to uplift other people. As you elevate in various areas in your life, you like to help lift other people up on your journey, whether that's spiritual upliftment, whether that's material or financial upliftment. But you are here for the team, okay? Whatever that looks like in your life. And this person knew this about you, and they thought that that made you weak, that your caring for other people, that your having compassion was a vulnerability or a weak spot that they could play on. And boy, does this person have it all the way wrong. But we're going to find out when I pull the potential outcome cards in a minute. But they were hoping that they could basically screw you over and then clean it all up with a fake apology. And that you would just be such a loving, forgiving kind of person that you would just sweep everything under the rug, all the backstabbing, all the betrayal, all the theft, okay? This person knows that you're merit making. You have a strong sense of morality. You may have a strong spiritual practice, a very strong presence and energy about you that makes you trustworthy. People come to you, maybe for advice, all right? And this person thought they could play on that. But let's take a look here at what the potential outcome is in this situation. This is one of those situations where somebody is mistaking your kindness for weakness, okay? So what is the potential outcome here in this situation? We have overload, followed by maintenance reversed. So this is a very consistent message. This person cannot do what you do, period. Period. They cannot do what you do. And not only are they embarrassing themselves, or they're going to embarrass themselves in the near future, excuse me, but they can't maintain this energy. They can't maintain this project. They can't maintain this travesty is the word that comes to mind. They can't maintain the travesty. They can't maintain the fakery, the mask, the cloak, okay? And they feel overwhelmed by it because now everybody's going to see, well, I thought you said you were the one that brought all the money to this investment. I thought you said you were the brain behind the operations. I thought you said, right? So this person is like telling everybody that they are functioning the way you are functioning in this partnership. So they're saying they're you, in other words, that you're the one that is bringing the oomph, the content, the secret sauce. They're saying they are the important factor here to this partnership working out. But what people are seeing is now that this person's deceived you, they've betrayed you, they've clearly backstabbed you, you're aware of it now. It's shocking. Now you have to face the fact that you got to release this relationship, cut this person out of your life, okay? And now they have to perform. Now they have to show people, while you were talking all this shit, you were blowing your own horn, so show us what you've got. Now that you're no longer with, the collective, so show us that you're the one who is the brain behind the operation. And they can't. They can't, because they're not the brains of the operation. They're not the engine in this partnership, okay? But I want to know, what is the role that this person played? Okay, we've got jackpot at the bottom here, just looking at the underneath my deck here. Jackpot, fortune, reward. This is what this person was expecting to get in collaborating with you. Again, the money. They just want to focus on the money. And again, on the split, treasure, the money. That's all this person wanted. Jeez, this is a thief. This is a thief. Somebody trying to steal your identity, trying to pose as you, trying to get good fortune, wealth, and money off of this relationship, off of this business partnership. But they don't have it. Okay, so what is it that, if this person, my question for the cards is, what did this person bring to the relationship or the partnership to begin with? Like, actually, what were they bringing? Because at the beginning of the reading, it definitely looked like the two of you were getting along, okay? Like peanut butter and jelly. It was like a nice complementary Three of Cups, Ace of Cups. Okay, we share the same thoughts, ideas. We have the same motivations, we have the same feelings about certain topics or subjects. So I want to know, what is it that this person actually brought to the partnership? Because right now it's just looking like the only thing they brought was a lot of deception and performance and thievery. So let's get some more clarification in the cards here. And a lot of arrogance and ego coming from this person. So what did they have to offer in the partnership? Stop. Followed by vow. Stop this right now. What? So this person Their primary goal was to stop the star. They wanted to stop your hope, your connection to the divine, to the stars, to fulfilling your path and purpose, to your shining your light. Because the star is someone who is on center stage, someone who is a public figure or in the public's eye. All right? You're someone who's not meant to be hidden away. You are a leader, you have talents, you have skills, and you're meant to be seen by the world, by others. Okay? Whether that's a literal stage, whether it's at the front of a boardroom because you give presentations, whether you're a coach, a public speaker, whatever the case is, you have been designed for the public eye. And this person who is pretending to be your friend, their whole agenda from the jump, the only thing they had to offer the partnership was to stop you from shining your light. Wow. Wow. Imagination and family. So again, that's you with the strong mind, imagination, creativity, okay? With this child here playing on the floor with his dinosaurs, you have a strong imagination. And this allows you to think outside of the box and to create and generate new projects, ideas, concepts, okay? You're just overflowing with this Ace of Cups energy here. You're just like an overflowing fountain of endless imagination and creative ideas. Like you have creative juices like nobody's business. And what you're imagining is this bond home background, which makes me think of this Four of Wands. This is you bringing things to full culmination. In this oracle deck, this family card is reminiscent of the 10 of Pentacles in the tarot. So that's that legacy that I was talking about that people were seeing with this Knight of Pentacles energy. All the effort, all the commitment, the resources, the buildup of whatever this is, establishing a healthy foundation so that ultimately it would look like something you could pass on intergenerationally. This could be an organization that you were hoping to build or create, a school, a happy domestic family life, a home life of your own. Okay? You've got this generative energy, this great fertility energy about you. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull one last card here for advice for you, my viewers, though it does seem as though with that release that we got at the very beginning of the reading and time, that it is time for you to let go of this person. And if it's not time right now to cut them out, the universe is asking for you to mentally prepare yourself to let them go in the very near future. Like it's time to position yourself, take care of your emotions, brace yourself, get yourself ready to tell this person the hard news that it's a no. It's a no. You're cut out of my energy. I don't want you in my life. It's clear. I see what it is that you're doing. You're not bringing anything to the table. You're just here to steal and take from me and to stop me from fulfilling my path and purpose and shining my light. And that's going to be a no. So on the split, advice for you here, viewer, 6 of Cups reverse. Yeah. No. Ain't no compassion over here. We're not giving no more love over here. So whatever love and good feelings you had for this person who betrayed you, yeah, all of that's being pulled back. You don't have any more sweet love, sweet feelings, compassion, patience, all the things this person was hoping they could exploit about you so that they could stay in your energy while trying to harm you, and that you would just keep having them around in some sort of toxic enmeshment dynamic. Yeah, that's a no. Ace of Wands reverse. No more love for this person who has betrayed you, and no more passion for them. Don't share any more of your thoughts or ideas. Keep your ideas to yourself. There's no more sharing here. This is like a clear cut off from somebody, whether you're just going straight, no contact, or you're ghosting them, or you're actually having a conversation, letting them know like it's over, and then you cut them off in any way, or cut them off from accessing you in any way, shape, or form, this is what needs to happen at this time. Cut this person all the way out. Because they're just a vampire. They're a thief. They're coming to steal. They're not coming to make anything better for you. They see that you're someone that can get things done, and they basically just want to sabotage that and use what they learned from you to catapult themselves. And this person is not built to do what you do. They do not have the bandwidth energetically, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually to do what you do. And that's why they're going to crash and burn, because they cannot maintain the lies that they've been peddling to people, where they're saying that they're the ones that's doing all the things and being so great. Yeah, that's a no. It's a crash and burn, and everyone can see it. All right, well, that is the message. I hope it was helpful. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.